Alright, here we are at fishing. I think with these last inventories. Yep, I have reached the drop rate without a shark. Or without a big shark, so I am officially dry, and that means I've gone dry on every single one of the big fish. There it is! Rune Scimitar Ornament Kit Zamorak! That's a green log. That is a green log for beginners. So now I just need to complete 600 beginners to unlock the emote. Alright, nothing fancy, but that brings us now to 200 more caskets to complete beginner clues once and for all. And I also have some other caskets here, so we're gonna open up these easies. There's an Amulet Magic Tea. Amulet of Magic Tea. That doesn't... Not a high value, but it's unique. So I got one more unique for the easy clues. So that brings us to 13 uniques. Not a lot. I've not done much with that. Let's check the mediums. I have 28 obtained, 74 completed. 2 more here. Let's see. Oh, there's 2 more uniques for the medium tier. Mithril Full Helm T and a Adamant Plate Body H1. And we have some Climbing Boots G in the next one. That's 3 uniques in 2 caskets. That is amazing. That brings us over 30 uniques. And finally, for the hard clues, I've actually done quite a bit of these. So 67 uniques in 200 completions. Let's see if we can get anything fancy. There's a good value in those. Saradomin D'hide Boots, that's a few 100k. There's like 100k in Alks. And a duplicate unique, but some Alks. $85 fishing. I now have... Oh, that's Dark Crabs unlocked. That's could be an interesting moneymaker. But let me show you my current fishing stock. So, as you can see, I am quite dry on this big fish. This big shark. Let's do a quick little opening here. These keys will bring me to 200 chests opened. Let's have a look at the collection log. What are we missing from the chest? It should be under Slayer. I only have the Dusk hat, so I still have 3 pieces of Dusk Mystic left to get. Let's see if we can get lucky. Nope. And let's open these caskets. Nothing. That's unique I already have. That's 2 new uniques for the hard clue log. Brings up to 69. Nice. One more. And the Saradomin D'hide Body. That's 70 clue log slots in the hard clues deal. That was a really good opening. After an extended break, I returned to the game and had a bunch of quests complete from Varlamore Part 2 and also Curse of Rav. Let's have a look at that. Was the Veil mini quest completed? Rambled done. Go, Shadows of Custodia. Gotta be honest, this section of the quest is not good. I see the appeal. And I know, yeah, I'm using I'm using the plugin to go through it quick, and it's still taking forever. And it's not very engaging, so it's like repeating the exact same puzzle over and over again. It's way too long. Something shorter would definitely have done it. Alright there, calm down past me. Enough complaining. Let's get into some boss fights. Here we go. Curse of Arrow. There we go. That was messy, but I got it. Here we go. Oh. Should have teleported. Should have teleported. Oh well. Yes. Locked in. That was beautiful. Here we go. There it is. Final Dawn is done. That final fight. Second attempt was glorious. 76 thieving. I barely ate any food. Maybe like 2 pieces of food. And ran out of prayer right at the end because I wasn't watching the prayer. I'm very happy with that. Let's see. Can I put this on prayer? I can. 73 prayer. With those new quests out of the way, I am back to the 3 quests I got stuck on earlier. Well, I haven't tried while Gothic sleeps. Could be that one would be easier than what I'm currently trying. But yeah, Night at the Theater, I've completed the point I need to actually complete the Theater of Blood. And on Desert Treasure 2, I am stuck on the first boss, Vardovis. I have not completed the shark grind yet, but I have almost 9k sharks here, and I'm going raiding. So I need to buy a Dragon Warhammer, and therefore these sharks are now going to be sold. Means I now have 21 mil, which is enough for a Dragon Warhammer. I completely missed the recording because I hadn't started my replay buffer, but I just got the Team K-Pep X from a random easy clue that I got from a birdhouse run, so that's very neat. It was time to get started on While Gothics Sleep. For the Valimor quests I did rush through many of the boss fights, but for these last 3 quests I am definitely gonna leave more of the boss fights in so you can see how I solved them. And if it wasn't obvious yet, spoiler warning for While Gothics Sleeps and Desert Treasure 2. You have been warned. And first boss fight already hits that hard. That's not a good sign. Alright, let's try this thing. I am pretty sure this is gonna go pear-shaped very quickly. I just need to... Okay, so let's see where we have everything. Let's hide the teleports. Okay, that looks horrible, but we can deal with it. So I need to cast Weaken. Okay, stop. Okay, there's Weaken, and there is that Telekinetic Grab, Ulk. Weaken Bind over there, and then the elemental spells. Yeah, so these are a little bit off. I would prefer to have them in a line, and I would prefer to have fire at the end. Okay, so earth and fire oppose each other, and water and... No, earth and air oppose each other, and so does fire and water. First boss up, this mage. A fairly basic fight, to be honest, but it did take me 2 attempts, mostly because on my first attempt I misclicked and didn't know what to click. So you basically have to cast different spells on him, or on the spells that he does, or on the summons that he does, to get him down. And the only way to damage him is to cast spells on him without auto-attack. And that's now Weaken. No, that's the agile one. Okay. That was pathetic. Explosive. Let's do that, and then it's in my inventory. I need to do that, and Alkit. Perfect, we got it. Oh, that's water over there, and the air takes earth. Okay, I got one of them. Strength, to weaken him. I still got hit. Damn it. Okay, let's try to walk backwards when he summons, so I have some time to... I don't remember where all the buttons are right now yet, so... Okay, let's see, telegrab there, telegrab, and as soon as we have it... There... Oh. Damn it, I need to not click him. There, air, and water. Got it, good. Let's Trying to vary up the attacks. Not sure if that actually does anything. Weaken that guy. Here we go. Water. There. Okay, I got hit by one, but that's okay. Agile, so bind. Wait, I binded him. Do I need to snare? Okay, maybe I need to bind him and then attack him with a mage spell or something. I got no more food. I think I might be able to pull this off still. Yes, we did it. Okay, second attempt. I did not think I would do that on the second attempt, but I'll accept that. Next up, we have the Guardian fight at the end of the quest. What you need to do here is basically always make sure to pray against whatever attack the Guardian is using. And he hits hard if you're up pray, and you can definitely see in the fight I messed that up quite a bit. So quite quickly I learned priority 1, make sure you are praying against the correct damage. You can use normal damage quite early on, but after a while he will start praying against whatever damage you're doing. So you have to actually do some gear swaps. But always I had to make sure to prioritize swapping the prayer over swapping the gear. Luckily, this fight does not require any moving whatsoever. Was I too slow? Yeah, I was too slow again. I need to start paying attention. And ranged. Mage. Damn it! Stop looking at what to attack with. Oh, come on! That was fast enough. And I was too slow again. I'm so pissed off. Why am I so bad? Was I fast enough? I was, apparently. The rarity. I'm gonna click something wrong. Don't focus on damage, just focus on looking at his head. Prayer first. Damage second. definitely speeding up his attacks and the swaps. I'm gonna wait for the next style swap before I swap my weapons. Oh, he's going so fast now. That might have been too slow. That was good. Okay, we're good still. Prayer over damage. That was too slow. Yeah, it was. Mage. Focus on getting my stats back. Melee. Ranged. It is metal. H. And he's going to swap again to melee. Range. I go to melee and I need to drink again. He's going to... Yes! Ooh, okay. Oh, that was very good. Oh, I'm so relieved. Oh, that took a little bit out of me, but I'm very happy with that fight now. Just had to focus on... And I also got 95 ranged. Next up was of course the Tormented Demon fight with my stats being extremely high. I honestly just decided to try to damage them with whatever they weren't praying against. And just tanking the damage because I could not figure out what I needed to pray against them, but it ended up working out. Okay, one demon is down. Can I just let them kill it? Ah, it's easier with one. Let's see. Okay, changed his form. What form is this? Is this ranged? No, that's melee. Yeah, I have no clue what's happening in this fight, but it's going a lot easier than the golem did. Yes! While Gothics sleeps is done. Okay. 2 left. It was time for Desert Treasure 2. I'd already previously advanced this quest to the point that it was time to fight Vardorvis, And this boss fight is definitely a challenge. First of all, it requires you to move a lot. You need to move out of the way of the swinging axes. You need to move away from the ground spikes. It just is a mess of moving. Then there is one quick prayer swap mechanic you have to do. And it actually don't have a lot of time to do it, but sometimes this eye will pop out of the ground and shoot a beam at you, and you have to swap to pray from range to stop that damage, otherwise it will turn off your melee prayer or all your anti-prayers. And it was so annoying. I missed that a lot. And finally he has this mechanic where you have to click these blobs on screen. That one I didn't have much trouble with. For this fight, I had very good gear. I'm using a Fang on Slash because he's weak to Slash. I'm combining that with Void Elite Melee for that increased hit chance. So gear-wise, I would even say I might be a little bit over-geared. Oh, that was close. It's such a goddamn chaos fight. Quite quickly, I discovered this little, I don't know if you could call it a save spot, but a place where you will dodge more of the axe throws, and also the spikes didn't seem to form as much in this little corner or side position here. So I decided to quite often just stand in this place because it minimized the movement and I could focus on hitting the prayer swap. I also started ignoring the swinging axes if I was just gonna get hit by one axe. I still made mistakes, of course I do, because, well, it's very easy to make mistakes. But if I was only gonna be hit by one axe, I normally just stayed put and ate that one hit. Just to, well, try to make the fight simpler for myself. Damn, that was a good attempt. Oh, I got KO'd. Of course you're gonna get KO'd if you stand in the middle like a bum. Damn it. Hard times, but eventually I put it together. Yes! Oh! I did it! It wasn't pretty, but it was a kill. Next up, a boss that I didn't see coming, that I actually ended up having some trouble with. Cassandra. The boss fight, once again, is very simple. All you need to do is dodge his potion throws, which, well, this is my first attempt, so you can see I definitely wasn't dodging anything. But yeah, what you need to do is just dodge the potions, and then try to either run away or stand behind a pillar when he does his shockwave attack. I seem to struggle the most in this game when I have to move. It's like the movement mechanic is the thing that gives me the most issues. I ended up trying this so many times, first with the blowpipe, but I just couldn't put it together. The damage output wasn't good enough. So, in the end I swapped over to the Dragon Crossbow with some diamond-tipped enchanted bolts, and I finally got him down. Oh, that was... blowpipe did not do it for me. After those two boss fights, I needed a little bit of downtime to calm myself down a little bit. And I decided to run around the game world and basically collect a bunch of different music tracks. I realized that if I just did some collecting with like music tracks, I could make it so that when I finish my last quest, I will also obtain the final audio tracks I needed to obtain the music cape at the same time. Okay, so now all that remains are Theater of Blood, music tracks, Desert Treasure 2 music tracks, and Nex. I have 2 Nex ones. Luckily for the Nex music tracks, all you need to do is actually enter Nex's arena and wait for her to spawn. After that, they will unlock immediately. Yes! Over 9,000! Over 9,000 sharks! But it's finally here. Yes, I went dry on every single big fish. That was by far the worst one. I almost went double the drop rate. But with the side quests done, it was now time to jump back into bossing, and it was time for the Leviathan. The Leviathan is actually a surprisingly easy fight when you're doing the quest version. What you need to do is just pray against whatever it throws at you. You have to swap the prayer before the ball of energy reaches you. There are no weapon swaps in this at all, but there are some added mechanics and quite a bit of movement. I messed up quite royally in my first attempt at this boss, because, well, I knew that shadow spells would stun it, but I did, however, not know that you have to shoot it in the back to reset its attack speed. This was not something that was indicated in the quest helper at all, but I discovered it later when I had to look up the fight on YouTube. Ah, there we go, Leviathan down. Nice. I'm very happy with that. Very, very happy. As you can clearly hear on my voice, I didn't expect to down it on that one, because that was the first attempt after figuring out the shooting in the back mechanic. Next up, the Duke. Duke Succulus. Well, the Herblore part before, where you have to make the potion to weaken him or to awaken him. That one I don't need to cover much because it's very basic. The fight itself, fairly simple in the fact that all you really need to do is move. You need to move away from his I-beam attack, and you need to avoid the gas vents, and basically it's sort of a hit, move back, hit, move back. So since it involves a lot of movement, I did die a few times because, well, movement is my weakness, as I have discovered throughout this journey. Yeah, this is not gonna be difficult, but I can still die. Alright, Duke down. And the fourth boss of Desert Treasure 2. The Whisperer. This fight by far the most difficult in the lineup, for me at least. You have to constantly keep moving to avoid attacks. You have to prayer swap back and forth. On top of that, the fight adds this sanity mechanic. So you basically, if you take damage by certain attacks, your insane meter builds up, and if you reach 0% sanity, you just straight up die. You can't survive that anymore. And you also have this item where you have to like jump into the Shadow Realm to deal with some of her mechanics. It by far took me the most attempts out of all of these bosses. This here is an instant of basically learning the wrong lesson. So I start off by stepping on the wrong orbs. Okay, fine. Now I switch over to the right orbs, damage stops, fine. But then my insanity meter hits 0 and I start taking damage. And I think, what the hell, I'm stepping on the right orbs. Why am I dying? I wasn't getting anywhere with the Whisperer. So I decided to go and train my prayer up. I just felt like if I could get Augury unlocked, it would make it so much easier to fight this boss and I could actually get some more damage on it. I had already previously purchased the 2 scrolls for the prayers, but I've never trained my prayer up to actually be able to use them. With the big shark now caught, I needed to find a new AFK grind to do while I can't focus on the game. So I decided to start with Forestry, and here is me getting the log basket. And Forestry turned out to be very nice to me as it gave me the fox whistle on my first grind session. I don't have a beaver to use it on, but I have it ready for when I get the beaver. But now it was time to get back to the Whisperer. Attempt number whatever, it's a new day. Let's see if new day means better attempt. Here's a weak one. There, and then a full strength on the right. Go. Move. Move away. Yes. Oh wait, I have no charges. Oh, my trident ran out of charges. Damn, that augury eats into the drain so hard. Pillars, okay. Let's see, there's a full health over here, so let's go to that one. Then this one. And then that one. And run away. Perfect. Okay, she's mixing them up now though. Swapping them a bit too fast. I need to run away. Okay, she's doing the 1-2-1 now. You just pray against what she does first. That way I only take 1 attack. Let's see how long it takes for this idiot to realize that he hasn't swapped away from the blowpipe yet. Wanna need some hits. Wait, I didn't swap from the blowpipe. That's why I wasn't getting any hits. Click in between the tentacles as they appear. Here comes the rage phase. I just need to keep moving. And attacking. Come on, hit. I'm so close. Come on. Yes! 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 Oh, yes, that feels so good. That feels so good. Ah, I'm so happy. That was the biggest wall by far. Oh my god. With that, there was only one single fight in between me and the completion of Desert Treasure 2. The final fight is a gauntlet against 4 different shade enemies. I'm not gonna go into much detail exactly what they do. They're more like for a set of 4 mini bosses. Not as difficult as the Whisperer, but it still took me a few attempts. This first guy, dodge potions, dodge the red clouds, kite him into the white cloud, and damage him down. First one is down. They get poisoned, so I should have brought some anti-poison. For the second one, kill all but 2 of the shades she summons, and then hide behind them to avoid her special attack. No! Crap, now I'm gonna take some damage. I misclicked. No. I once again killed one too many. I think my nerves are playing with me here a little bit. If you have to tell, we have to tell. I'm just trying to get the most out of this fight I can. Collecting knowledge for the next attempt. No. Okay. That, and we killed that one and that one. Go, that one is down. For the third dude, it's Cassandra again, and his vials and pools of stuff on the ground is back. Avoid the vials, don't step in the goo. Fairly simple, but I mess it up a lot. And he now also has this special attack where you have to basically stay away from the dark spots. Keep moving. Probably gonna have to tele out of this one. We're collecting information for the next attempt. Yeah, let's tele. Goddamn vials. Ah, there we go. I hate those vials a lot. Okay, so we don't want to do Bruce. It just takes too long to eat Bruce, so that's out. Let's just use sharks. Fourth and final one in the gauntlet is a wizard. This one actually is surprisingly probably the easiest of the whole lineup. Her lightning attacks needs to be avoided. Then if she summons a portal, kill it, and whatever comes out of it also needs to die. No? Okay, kill the leech first. Leech first, come on. Okay, go, go, I need to go. I'm losing so much food to this guy. No, move! God damn, I hate... You can't see those potions! I was just gonna freaking potion the entire area. I don't have the food to deal with this last one, but... Yeah. Oh, I hate Cassandra so much. So much. Okay, got hit by one, that's fine. No, I'm yellow clicked. I'm gonna die from yellow clicking. Okay, got him down, lucky. Just focused her there. Oh, that's it, I think. That's it. Here we go. DT2 is just done. That leaves one single quest. I've already completed this quest as far as needing to complete the Theater of Blood. I guess pretty much everyone watching this video probably guessed that. I did try to do the solo entry mode once before, but I was unable to get through the spider room. But I decided, let's do another attempt. First up, the Maiden. Don't stand in the blood, kill all of the ads, and nuke the boss down. Alright, Maiden down. That went relatively well. Anticoagulant. Okay. Elite combat task. Not quite sure what that was. Probably something... can I click it? Oh, I can view task. Defeat Maiden so can blood entry mode without letting any blood spawn live for longer than 10 seconds. Well, none of them spawned, so... Next up, Bloat. Fairly simple fight. All you need to do is avoid getting in line of sight while he's moving, avoid the falling feet, and then when he shocks down, damage as much as you can, and then get out of there and repeat. Come on. Greed. Yeah, we got the greed kill. Nice. Time for the room that stopped me last time. The spiders. Basically what you have to do here is attack the green ones with ranged, attack the white ones with melee, and attack the blue ones with mage. They also deal the same damage as their color, so for the last phase when you're fighting the big spider, you have to pray against whatever you're attacking with this. And priority here comes into focus. You really need to swap prayer first, damage second. I need to remember prayer swap, then gear. Okay, that's the arachnids down. Next up, it was time for the Dark Beast. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce the name. Surtseg? Something like that? You can probably correct me in the comments. I had to go into my first attempt with 0 supplies because the arachnids ate up all of my supplies. Luckily though, I found out here that you get infinite retries and you get bandages when you die in entry mode, so there was absolutely no stressing about dying. The fight itself fairly basic for the most part. You just stand in melee range, pray against his melee attack, swap to praying against ranged or magic based on the projectile he throws at you, and when you do the maze thing, all you need to do is follow the path laid out for you. Yeah. I don't know, I seem to be lagging a little bit, but I don't... Oh, you actually get on an attempt. I'm on... What world? I'm on the German world. It just seems like there's a delay when I'm moving, but probably just in my head. Yeah, this is a guaranteed damage mechanic, I can't avoid it. Okay, let's try this again, but this time take my time, like that, and move there, 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 use the true tile. Please don't let that kill me now. Yes. That was not pretty at all, but I do have a chest now for the next room, which is good. Next up, the penultimate boss, Xarpus. What you need to do here, he is a 3-stage fight. First off, stand on the skeletons to avoid the healing to him. Then, in the second phase, you need to make sure to avoid the acid spits. Basically move 2 steps away, because if you stand within 1 step, you take damage. Circle around the room until you reach the final phase. And in the final phase, all you need to do is damage him when he's not looking at you. If he's looking at you, you will take a lot of damage, as you will see when I get to that phase. There's the next one down. That leaves only the final boss. Vertig. Definitely the hardest part of the Theater of Blood. Sadly, none of my replay recordings actually captured the first phase of her, but it's basically just damaging her with the staff you get and hiding behind pillars when she attacks. Very, very simple, I never messed it up. The second phase centers around this sort of stuttered step movement that you see I'm doing right there. So you have to basically click her when she starts her attack animation and then immediately step 1 tile away from her, otherwise you will get blasted with this belly flop attack that knocks you back. She has a couple of adds you need to deal with. The purple one you just need to damage with a poison weapon, and then there are the spider things that works the same as the spider room, but I just ended up running away from them until they exploded. And finally, there is a red one that you have to damage down, because if you try to damage Vertig while the red one is up, you heal her. For the final phase, she becomes a spider and she gains a couple of special attacks that you need to avoid. There's like this web spinny thing, and also this when she opens up it tries to mortar you and you have to stand in a specific location. Nothing too advanced on that front. I think that there is a way to basically determine what she's attacking with, and you can like pray, mage or range depending on. I never ended up figuring this out. I tanked a little bit way too many hits here. She still spawns the ads, but I just decided to run away from them to make it easier for myself. Okay, rage face. Wait. I did it! I did it! I freaking did it! Yes! POB! And a little surprise, because as I enter this, the curtain closes. It doesn't give me a notification about it. 809 out of 809 audio tracks. And what is in the chest, even though it's probably not gonna be anything good, since this is entry mode after all. Some blood runes. Let's go finish the quest. I am so excited. Yes, there we go. A night at the theater is done. And if we remove the filter. Classic. Show completed. All green. 173 out of 173. 327 out of 327. I am done. 20 years ago, a young little lad was playing RuneScape. And he saw this guy wearing a white cape with the quest symbol on it. And he was doing this very nice floaty emote. I asked him, how do I get that cape? He told me, complete all the quests. So I ventured on a journey. I completed every single free-to-play quest, which was quite difficult for my child brain. Only to be met by disappointment. I didn't get a cape. Then I asked around a little bit more, and they said I needed members. And, well, my parents would never pay for that. And there were no bonds or tokens back in those days. On that day, a childhood dream died. But today, it has been fulfilled. I am so happy.